What's going on, everyone? A very happy Christmas season to you out there, and thank you for joining me on this episode of Bayou Gold Guy. I am Bayou Gold Guy, and getting back into some gold this week with some very cool pay dirt, an excellent company, the MISSKIMOSONS. But before we kick that off, I have to say YouTube has struck again, disregarding the United States Constitution and right of free speech. It has removed another one of my videos, my Vendetta Summer Love video back from April of 2022. They've just erased from YouTube, saying that it violates their medical misinformation because y'all, if y'all caught that was one whenever I had just was repeating the information that I'd gotten off of the news that was linking birth defects in test subjects to a certain procedure, and with a 80% failure rate of the testes, and like I said, right off the damn news. And then of course this comes out on the heels of just I guess it was last week before, that they were looking into the fact that it has now been proven that YouTube was being controlled, manipulated by the FBI, and basically withholding information from people, canceling channels, and was spreading disinformation about the what was going on in both the elections and the health issues that we had to deal with and are still dealing with. So yeah, so now that makes two of my videos, both of them with saying over the Wuhan. The first one they did was the one where I was mentioning the number of young people that were falling over dead for no apparent reason, healthy people collapsing like we've never seen before. They pulled that one. That was only about 11 seconds I spent talking on that one. This one is was maybe a minute or so on this video. Like I said, it's from a year and a half ago, 2022 of April. So just pathetic. Again, it's run by fascist, scumbag libtards, and the AIs pick it out, and then they're barely literate there, as most of the DEI hirees that we've seen that are in all of media and entertainment and the government these days are just incompetent, inept idiots, if not outright, criminal scum. So, yeah, there you go. Like I said before, I think I'm the only channel in the gold community that has had videos removed by YouTube because of what I talk about and share with you guys. So it's pretty pathetic, and like I said, that's what all the more reason I've got a Rumble channel up. I'm gonna try to figure out some way to copy this video, and because I erase them, I don't have a way to store them because it's all done on my phone. I don't do any of this on my laptop, which I wouldn't have room for all these videos anyway on it. I'd have to have some kind of storage or whatever. I don't know how to do that shit. So, short of just recording it, I can do my phone has the function where I can record a video onto the phone directly. So I may have to just do that and then repost it onto Rumble. And then it may get to the point where all I use YouTube for is to say, hey, the YouTube video, click the Rumble link in the description below and go over there and watch this video, because they'll be pulling the other ones because we're going into elections this year, and I'm going to be ruthless and calling out the libtard, fucktards and shit fucks that are assaulting everyone across the country in every aspect of our lives, and are trying to re-elect a moronic idiot that's not capable of even walking on or off stage or reading a teleprompter without fucking it up. So it's just disgusting. So that's it. Thank you all for watching, and we'll listen for the sound tonight on getting the live chat Bayou Gold Guy Christmas Bayou little pay dirt bottle. So, well, that being said, let's turn to the new gold epicenter of South Louisiana. There. our sign out today because it is dry and I'm late in the day getting started on this because I was working on a job I had to kind of deal with, but it's the day before, so I got to get it out. But there we have the new pay dirt that they've offering, relatively new, from MISSKIMOSONS, and it is the Anita's Way, and this is the 3-gram chunky that they just, like I said, offered at the end of for Halloween this year. So it's a tribute bag. I believe if I can't really remember. I think it was their daughter, Anita, and but it's got I'll we'll zoom in on there and you can pause that to see. But it's a nice little testament to her and this pay dirt, and just talks about her a little bit on there and what inspired them to want to make this as a tribute to her. So that's very nice, and I'm anxious to see how. Like I said, this is a finer gold, but this was specifically offered. They had the 1-gram bag that was the finer. This was listed as the 3-gram chunky, so we'll see what it is. But you see there, last time the first bag I got from that had the extra gold in it had a little smiley face on it. So the last two, I don't have a smiley face. So I think we're going to probably just be standard on our 3-gram here. But again, it is that, I believe this is still the same Arctic Tundra, Arctic Circle gold that they have. That's got the awesome material in it. That's a lot of schist and mica with a very cool, like I said, it's got a very cool shine to it and makeup of this pay dirt. And let's see, this already, I can already see that it doesn't have as big a chunks of material in it, but it looks like it is the same, just below the Arctic Circle. So I guess I don't know that I've ever classified this down. So let's set that there here. And we'll go ahead and do that on this 3-gram bag, just because it might have some. Their dirt does tend to have some pretty fine gold in it. In the other that I have done, but yeah, this is a little bit different material as far as it seems to have a little less of the bigger pieces of the schist and the mica, but it's still it's made up of the, looks like the smaller versions of the same stuff. It's like that right there. It's got the little shine to it. It makes for some very cool material. So nothing too chunky is standing out there to me, which I'm kind of surprised. We don't see anything showing up in that. And then there is our lesson kitchen strainer stuff. So all right, pretty clean in our bag there. So we've got another sticker for the board, and there is no room for this one on there, so we're going to have to, we'll have to do the expansion on it before I can add any of the bigger stickers that I have. So let's go ahead and get our water set up. What's up there? Here we go. And we got a little bit of holiday festivities starting on the old table here. It's about time for a a resurfacing. Like I said, it's held up pretty well compared to the previous times I've redone this board, this our gold station. Oh. All right, the mic is on. Got some our rinse bottle, a little bit of jet dry in there. We got it in our water. So let's take a little bit of our material here, and we'll get to seeing what the fine stuff that we've got looks like this week. It's been a while since I've penned for any gold. I gotta get refamiliarize myself here. Definitely in better shape than I was last week with from breathing that rotted floor I was tearing out. It was where the subfloor had rotted away and just crumbled to dust, and I just did not. I should have been wearing my respirator the whole time. I wasn't wearing anything at first because I'm just not used to having to worry about that. And I mean, I was under the house and tearing that stuff out. Once I got to the worst part, I got the whatever that N95 mask or the dust mask, and it was pretty much useless. So, but yeah, much better this week, and I got the floor mostly done. But we've had some cold nights move in, and the heater went out on these people's house. So the floor, I was trying to put it in today, and it was just too damn brittle. It was wanting to crack on the edges using the floor installation block. You got to tap this stuff in, lock it in. So got the heater guy went by this afternoon and cranked it up. So it was about 72. Tried to warm it up. Yeah, it was at 48 degrees this morning. And I'm like, fuck, I can't. This stuff's the ideal temperature for that material is about 70 degrees, 70, 75 degrees or so. And I was still going to try to make it work. And like, nope, I had to call the guy I was doing it for and say, hey, man, you need to get somebody out here. So they did. So should be able to finish it up tomorrow. But it put me behind on getting this stuff done, getting this done today. So it's later in the afternoon than I like to start on this, but it is what it is. So I think we'll have enough. And it's not a very big bag. It's the same size bag as their 1 gram bag. For some reason, I was thinking it was going to be more material. But I was going to do we got the little bipolar bear bag to do still. But that's a little sample bag that we got from. So we'll probably do that one in the next couple of weeks or so. And this is like kind of, I know a couple years ago I did the gold gift videos on some of the best pay dirts to get for your favorite gold panner during Christmas, or as I would say, gold bags that I would like to get. So it was now three of the companies in those videos aren't selling anymore, which was Miners Depot, Lynch, and Vendetta. So that kind of sucks, but you can still have plenty of time to order. This MISSKIMOSONS, they get their stuff out very quickly. And same thing with Mike at Gold Nugget Sales. Still plenty of time to order up some of his awesome pay dirts. I would highly recommend the the White Horse. That's an outstanding Yukon Gold. Beautiful stuff. The one that I had quite a bit of quartz pieces in it that had little bits of quartz in some of the material. So I really like that. But when you're doing this MISSKIMOSONS, this stuff up there, you want to make sure you watch close, because you can see there is a good amount of fine gold showing up there, but there's also some very dark pieces that I believe that's like a rust staining that comes out on this placer gold or placer gold, however you choose to. Where's my fingers are wet now? Pronounce it, but yeah, you want to, if it's holding up there with the gold, it may look like a rock, but just take it that if everything else is rinsed away and there's still that brown hanging up there, then you probably have some of that more rusted gold mixed in there. So very, very nice start on the less than kitchen strainer size stuff. I believe I shook some of that out that's washing down. A lot of times whenever you've got that stained gold, you just have to go by the way it moves compared to your junk material that you want to get out of the way of it. Even if you're thinking that doesn't really look like gold, but if it's holding up with the gold, even when you're getting a little bit more aggressive with it, with your wash, that's probably a pretty good indication that you've got that it is real gold in there with it. So of course I'm going to go back through and check that, what I might have washed down as some super fine stuff in there, but that is a very nice. Oh, can use a little water there. 3 grams makes for a nice amount of gold too. I put a little too much jet dry in my wash bottle there, foamed it up. That's why we use that instead of irregular dishwashing soap, is because it is low sudsing. So if you're not splashing around too bad with it, you usually have very little soaping. There's a few specks you can see that are holding there that I washed down. Oh, come on. Damn it. Like that right there. And you can see some of that is more that darker, little bit darker gold. All right, well, I'm going to look through that a little better, and we'll be back with the next pan. And we're getting down some more good looking gold showing up here in this second pan. But I wanted to just say thank you to everybody that had sent me messages and left comments on wishing me good health and dealing with that shit last week and the whole COPD bullshit. It's like I said, I've hadn't done much research in it because, like I said, I knew people that had it, older people, older than me, back in the day. I used to do a lot of maintenance work at senior center, independent living, assisted and independent living. But and there's a couple of y'all that have contacted me and said that you had it as well. But no, I had no idea it was the third cause of death in the world and number 5 in the United States for COPD. And then they had you survive 10 to 20 years after diagnosis. Like, what the fuck? I've never had anyone try to put a expiration date on me there. But I was like untouched by this in any way until, that 10 days, 2 weeks, whenever I started having a little bit of waking up at night, not being able to breathe at the same time, between 3 and 5 in the morning. And it got worse to the point where I went to the emergency room. But in between that, I was still doing jobs where I was just busting my ass, and it was still back then into summer, so some pretty hot temperatures, and I had no issues of breathing or anything whatsoever. And then my buddy is the one that told me that his one of his nurses had the new strain of the COVID, and that it sounded like what I was describing sounded like what she was going through. So I assumed, well, okay, I must have I finally gotten I never felt sick. I didn't feel bad. I just had this issue with my lungs. And then when that doctor put the stethoscope on my back, in literally 2 seconds, he put it up there. It was cold. Oh, yeah, you've got COPD. I'm like, what? And then I remember that these guys that play doctor are from the same labor pool of the idiots who can't make a hamburger right at the drive-thru. You just have more money and to stay in school longer and fake their way out. So most of these doctors are pretty inept and incompetent these days because, again, diversity, equity, and inclusion. Let's lower the standards and get more diverse, which means not white people in doing all the jobs that are just, you have no business anywhere near that position, but what the hell. So there we go, another beautiful batch of some very, very fine, as well as some nice, damn, come on, camera. Anyway, there you can see that some fine stuff in there. We'll suck that up and I'll go back through and look in case there's anything little tiny that I've washed down. Man, I was disappointed this last weekend. I was going to go see the new Godzilla movie, and it's only playing in one theater. It's over an hour away. It's in the shithole that's New Orleans, but like in the shittiest part of the shithole where you wouldn't even want to go there during the daytime, since it is the murder capital of the nation now. And I'm like, no, it is not worth rolling those dice to go see. Like I said, even if you went during the day, they've got some scumbags on trial right now for carjacking a 73-year-old grandma, dragging her down the street until her arm was torn off, murdering her. But yeah, so no, I will wait. But it has not made it onto my favorite High Seas channel yet, which is kind of strange. Normally that's out pretty quick, but it is embarrassing the hell out of the United States studios, because compared to the multi-$100 million budgets that they spend on putting out their movies that fail and cost them, hundreds of millions of dollars in the red. $15 million to make this Godzilla, and it's already and it's not released. It's in very limited release. And then that's when I realized, well, yeah, no wonder here in Louisiana it's a Japanese movie with subtitles, and literally at least a third, if not half, the population down here cannot read. And that's not hyperbole. It wasn't that long ago. I was at a buddy's house. 3 of the 5 guys that were in there sitting around the table could not read, adult men. So yeah, it makes sense that they're not expecting it's going to fill up the theater for a Japanese movie with subtitles that nobody can read or read fast enough to keep up with, which is pretty pathetic. But again, Louisiana is the bottom of the list of, which isn't saying a lot, because every libtard city in the country is at the bottom of the list across the world for stupid, illiterate people. But pretty sad. I've been trying to get a hold of the theater to see if they're going to be showing it, bringing it to Homa. But yeah, it looks awesome. The reviews on it have been great, and the previews is are really good. So you'd never guess it's a $15 million movie. Then they've also come out with the Daily Wire's got the lady ballers with making fun of the whole tranny thing, and men and weak, pathetic, cowardly men competing against women. failed athletes against any men. They're mediocre at best on their records when they were competing with men, but they go up against women, and they, two cyclists just won gold and silver, the second time in a row against a bunch of women. But yeah, it looks. I heard that it's a little long at 2 hours. They said it could have been cut down probably to 90 minutes. Would have flowed better. But that does have some pretty humorous stuff, and that it's was worth a few laughs. I'll tell you, the one that looks good is their version of Snow White that now that's being threatened. They're not going to let them play it. They're not going to let them put it in the theaters because it's already got more hype and support than Disney's warped version of with that whatever that trash actress is, Rachel Ziegler. I never heard of her, but she's the one that's in the new Hunger Games that's bombing. But yeah, like Brie Larson, she ran her mouth about how it's we're not in the 30s anymore, and it's not a love story. It's all about her, and like all these movies, modern movies are, vapid, unlikable women characters that no one has any concern or care about at all. Very unlikable, and the actors themselves are unlikable, and they run their mouths before the movies. And she's already tanked Snow White before it even came out, and did the same thing with the new Hunger Games prequel of like Songbirds and Snakes or some stupid long title on it. But again, it's what, 8 years or something, 6 years since the last one. So, and the ditz that was in that one, Jennifer Lawrence, had kind of blew it as far as talking about the first it was the first movie with an all woman superhero or character. You idiot! Have you never seen movies? These young actresses that get up there and say this to first woman doing this or first woman doing that. No, Sigourney Weaver did it. 40 years ago in Aliens, or pick your, the Evil Dead series, or I'm not the one with Malakia, whatever her name was, Resident Evil. But yeah, there have been, the Terminators, with Sarah Connor, just on and on. Women that the Wonder Woman movie, but again, no women, just like Marvels. The Marvels bombed horribly. No women went to see it. 75%, as all movies are, superhero movies and action movies, are men that went and saw it. But check that out. A nice finish on that fine stuff. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Of that Arctic tundra gold. And some very, very fine stuff in there too, man. That is definitely. Let's get that sucked up. So, but yeah, it's funny. Even the Marvels on the new Marvels movie, it's on my F movies. The Pirates channel. It's not even in the. You've got to actually call it up and look for it. It's not even in the list of new movies that have come out. And it just came out 2 weeks ago. That they've already pulled it from a number of theaters, and yeah, I've never seen that on there where a new movie that's just come out is not even. You have to actually call it up on a search to find it. It's not on the homepage listed with all the new movies. So that just tells you how horrible that movie really has been. Well, I mean, if the 200 million it's lost isn't enough to tell you, then that sure does. It doesn't even make it on the pirate channel. But yeah, I'm gonna actually sign up for Daily Wire and check out the Lady Ballers. But hopefully they'll bring the new Godzilla to Homa, or if not, get it on the high seas quick. Well, I'm not seeing. There's some all that crushed. There's a couple little specks right there showing up. All that crushed mica in here with the schist. That's what this stuff has, is the schist and mica. It comes out of that pay dirt. Adds a lot of fine sparkle to the pan. But once you flow it through there a few times, you see that it is not. It washes away pretty easily. So, all right. Well, let's see about that was pretty chunky for some fine stuff, I think I would say. So let's get to our kitchen strainer size, and I guess pick a number, any number between 1 and 100, as long as it's the same number I picked, for a chance to win the Bayou Gold Guy Christmas Bayou little it's the stocking stuffer bottle this week. We I'd sent one out to T-Rep. Thank you T-Rep for doing that. He did a mail call on the peppers I sent him, and I threw in a little bit of actually I think that's some of the Oregon Gold from the Coyote Creek that I put in that little bottle for him. Those little crown bottles hold a surprising amount of pay dirt that go in those. Very, very deceptive. When I was pouring it out and making it up, I had to keep pouring out more material, because I think, okay, well, that'll fill that bottle up. And damn, it barely was halfway. So, but yeah, I think I know he did not have as hot a Reaper pepper as I did on that, and I gave him the ones that I sent him, I think I had one off the original that I'd eaten, and the rest of those were off of the last batch that came out fresh that I had just picked. So I think they might have not carried quite the heat that was in the one that I ate, because like I said, it hurt. It was burning the back of my ears, and it's more worse than not like any heat I'd ever had. So I think it was he got off light. The ghost peppers, I never did one of those on camera. They were hot though, for sure. Is it? Certain garnets, are they? It's dark. Well, nothing on that one. Let's see what. Like I said, I was kind of surprised I didn't see any chunks in the. When it said chunky, I assumed it meant chunky, like, you know, plus kitchen strainer size chunky, but it might have just been meaning, since that is a fine gold bag. That's the Anita's way compared to the normal MISSKIMOSONS Blue Tundra pay dirt. Maybe those that, like I said, those were chunkier pieces in there with that fine, super fine gold. But yeah, so T-Rep did the pepper challenge. He had, I was laughing my ass off though watching him when he was eating that ghost pepper. But yeah, the Reaper was considerably hotter than the ghost peppers were. So like I said, that I think he what he was eating was one of the ones that I had just picked off the plant the day I sent them to him. And then there was one in there that was from the batch that I had. So he might yet get a taste of that in something. But thank you there, T-Rep. I appreciate you doing the shout out for me on the live stream. And he'd send me a message saying that he was going to do a live stream. I didn't know he meant right then. I was telling him, well, yeah, I wouldn't wait too long, because those fresh peppers, they will turn black on those seeds inside of them relatively quickly. But there we've got some little chunks there. You can see that stuff's rinsing around on it. It holds pretty tight. With those rocks. But yeah, I've got the last batch that came off the Reapers. Had another 15 or so that were beautiful little peppers. It's strange though. They're known for having the pointy ends, and the ghost peppers look more like Reapers than the Reapers do, except their Reapers are also very crinkly, have that kind of wrinkled look to them, as opposed to the smoother ghost peppers. But they just don't have that pointy tip on them that the Reapers are known for. So I don't know. It was a strange year for growing them for sure. But yeah, so I had some bottles of the Christmas Bayou 100% ROI going out. I was making up labels this weekend for those. Sent a batch out today. Got a couple more I gotta make up. Another label to draw. And so email me if you want to get in on that before Christmas. Whoa, that is a nice nice reveal of gold, and that shows up very well. And again, this is their This is the 21 karat that they have in this gold from where they get it up there in the tundra, just below the Arctic Circle. They have become one of my favorite pay dirts, though, for sure. Between the gold and the pay dirt itself makes for an interesting panning experience. Very nice. Oh yeah. Let's see. My hand's dry enough to zoom in. There we go. Yeah, out here in the dark, as darkness falls, it gives a very nice golden shine to it there in the camera. So, all right, well, that is beautimous. All right, well, I'm gonna swap this water out, do a quick run through. I don't think I let anything get by, but we might have some of those little fine particulates that got through on me there when I was talking to you guys and not watching the pan close enough, maybe. So we'll check that out, and I'll be back and do the snuffer dump. Once again, just to show you guys, this is what I use my Mind Lab pan I got from Vendetta. I just dumped the whole batch of pay dirt in here, and then use those big riffles to knock it down very quickly. They work very well for holding in even the finest gold. I really have come to like this pan for using it for this, for sure. Let's see if we got anything showing up in here. You can see right there, there is some fine little specks that made it through right there that held all the way to the end. All right, well, let's see what we've got in our bottle here. I mean, y'all saw it, so it looked like a pretty good amount of gold there. Get that rinsed out. All right, yeah, that is very nice. Should be pretty clean too. Get it all down into our one side here. Yeah, you can see there's still some of that little bit darker stuff showing up in there, but that red is probably gold. If it doesn't move away too easily, hanging up there with the stuff. But check that out, man. Is that not a beautiful array there? And then again, like I said, this is the 21 karat from the Arctic Circle, so not the easiest stuff to get to. All right, well, we're gonna get this sucked up. We'll get it in, and we'll see who won the bottle. The Bayou Gold Guy Xmas Bayou. All right, we have a beautiful pan full of some MISSKIMOSONS Tundra Gold here. Anita's Way. And like I said, you can see it's got some very, very fine stuff in there. And some nice little chunkers throughout. It makes for a beautiful pan of gold. So now, before that, I guess we need to look at pick our winner for the XMAS BAYOU bottle, and the live chat winner for tonight's prize is number 25. And of course, Merry Christmas. So congratulations to number 25 on that one. Let's see if anybody, how quickly that came up, or someone was thinking, what's BAYOU gonna pick tonight that would be applicable. So Christmas, Anyway, all right, well, let's get this onto our paper here. And we've got a lot of fine gold sticking to the pan there. Look at that. I really need a brush on this one tonight. I've got a little paintbrush somewhere, but I don't know where it is. I got little kitties around me. That's my boy Shadow. So we've got I did find my other scale, and it is accurate at 20 grams. So let's see what we got on our Anita's Way. So there we go. Dang, that is a nice 3.22 grams. There we go. A nice. Like I said, I didn't have the little smiley face on it like I did on the first bag that had the little bonus gold thrown in there on it, but 3.22. You can't ask for better than that. Let's just for laughs see what my scale is going to register it as. It's actually been running pretty accurate here for some reason lately. It's not juking around like it was. And there you are, exactly 3.226. Well, I'm doing the editing on this, and I realize I left something out, which is our totals. So, yeah, I paid $210 for this 3-gram bag, postage paid, from MISSKIMOSONS. On the day I bought this, gold was going for $2,072.40. It was still a little high then. Our 3.226 grams got us a $214.97 gold value and 102% ROI. So that was just awesome for some very fun gold to get and beautiful gold to have. The bag has gone up now to $225 for the 3 grams, including shipping. So just to be aware of that if you wanted to pick this up. And yeah, we were sitting here looking at this beautiful gold up close and personal, and very nice stuff. Some pretty uniform pieces there in the for that size. And then this is compared to our gold that I had from the Blue Tundra bottles, a little bit bigger gold there. So still some nice chunky gold for fine gold for sure, and beautiful stuff to have. So there you go. Thank you so much to MISSKIMOSONS for another awesome bag of pay dirt. Like I said, this has become one of my go-to companies that I really enjoy getting their gold from, and it's at a good price. So. Well, there we go. Congratulations again to our winner of tonight's live chat. What is it, baby boy? My little my little shadow here. He's just such a sweet fella. He really is. Somebody said he was could be a Russian blue because of his gray color, but he's a beautiful cat. But he's a sweetheart. So, but yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed seeing that. MISSKIMOSONS, a little something different there, and like I said, a very cool pay dirt to do. Some beautiful gold, and yeah, we should have a couple of more coming up here for gift suggestions for the holidays. Like I said, for your favorite gold panner slash prospector, whatever age they may be, and if you'd like to get some of the Bayou Gold guy 100%, while we still have those, send me a email. And I guess that will wrap this one up for this week. We'll see if YouTube erases another one off for the off the channel. The bastards. We get some kind of clash action lawsuit against them for, impeding on free speech and ignoring the Constitution. Because I mean, they are really pathetic. And now, like I said, they've stuff I've talked about that they're silencing me on is stuff that has been verified. They just I think it's Pfizer just had their stock has just plummeted. I mean, crashed big time, and they're under investigation in the state of Texas now for fraudulent claims, which has been proven. That they knew that it was ineffective when they started putting it out, and as soon as the tests were coming through, that it would not prevent anything, and still forced it on people. But that's all common. Has been exposed through the investigations, and like what they're doing now in Texas, where they're going to have to turn over all their information and their data. But it's pretty bad that they're still fighting so hard to silence and keep the information out of the public of how fucked up all this was and still is. And but yeah, their stock has bottomed out because no one's getting this shit anymore. They know it's ineffective, and yeah, the threat of health to healthy people from taking it, as well as young, it's just across the board. It's fraud, and they should be forced to answer for it. Like so many other people that have not throughout all that just bullshit. Being wrong over and over again, enforcing things that were proven that common sense told you it was asinine to do, it would be ineffective, but still doubled down and forced millions and millions of Americans, cost them their jobs, cost them being able to see their family members, being able to, their loved ones before they pass. I still know two different families that lost people during that time, were not allowed to even see them. Over just a hysterical fraud. And so like I said, we'll see, but it's pretty weird that they've gone back a year, over a year and a half to 22, April 22. Episode 81 is gone though. So all right, my friends, well, thank y'all so much for supporting the channel. Hit that like and subscribe button if you would, please, if you have not done that yet. And till the next time, I hope you all have a very happy, Merry Christmas season. And yeah, that'll do it for this one. Thank you for joining me. I've been Bayou Gold Guy here tonight, and I will continue to be. Till next time, peace out, my friends. So I think we'll put some of this gold in our XMAS Bayou bottle there for the winner for tonight's prize. So that'll there you go. You got that to look forward to. Some of that beautiful MISSKIMOSONS gold.
Discounting of its merits? It's not